Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have Luke on Death and Taxes versus Matt on Jeskai, Mentor. And a Mother of Runes coming down here for Luke. Mother of Runes or Aether Vial. Pretty much going to be the play on turn 1 for Death and Taxes. They can play out very differently. This Mother of Runes, if not answered, is going to shut off all of Matt's removal and kind of force him into a race. And for the most part, Death and Taxes is going to try and slow down that race as much as possible. Thalia, Wasteland, spot removal for creatures, and we've got a Phyrexian Revoker. In the dark, this may be naming Astrolabe, as this is actually prior to the banning. Oh. Mother of Runes down thanks to Daze. What is that, an Ancient Tomb? Guess we have a fancy Ancient Tomb in Death and Taxes. That's not normally part of the build. See what else he has to go along with that. 3 damage coming in. Mother Rune's actually turning sideways. Is this like a Soldier Stompy? No, Flicker Wisp resetting Mother of Runes. Though she's not truly reset, as she cannot be used to protect anything. Matt fetching a Volcanic, and that's a whole lot of 1 toughness creatures over there. There are some cards in Magic that could completely blow out this board. And we've got Dreadhorde Arcanist, who is no longer with us. Banned today? Yesterday? Very recently. Very, very recently. Wounds are still fresh. Dreadhorde is gone from Legacy. We have a few matches where he will be left on camera. And Flicker Wisp turns sideways. And we are about to get some evidence for why he should be banned, perhaps. Let's see how this goes. Monastery Mentor. There he is. And turning sideways, going to flash back a Ponder. Getting a Monk token, and looks like we may have a double block scenario. Dreadhorde only doing 1 damage, so he's actually not going to take anything down. This is just a flashbacked Ponder out of the Dreadhorde, and he bites the dust without taking anything with him. Huh. I'm pretty sure that could have been done differently. That 1 damage, once you order blockers, could have been done in the way for Dreadhorde to survive. Dreadhorde's going to die no matter what, but the protection should have been able to prevent the 1 damage. We've got Force of Will creating another Monk, stopping the Stoneforge Mystic. This Monk army starting to get pretty threatening. Right now, a basic Plains and a basic Mountain. Astrolabe. There's all sorts of banned cards here. Also biting the dust is Astrolabe. It shows up here, draws a card, makes a Monk, pumps the team, and makes good use of that red mana. Also enables these other lands to potentially cast blue cantrips and maybe end up with a lethal strike here. That mana base before the Astrolabe, kind of a question of how you're going to use red and white mana to draw cards and kind of keep the ball rolling. But Astrolabe absolutely fitting the bill. We've got 3 spells so far. Ponder, Ponder, Astrolabe, and now a Swords to Plowshares, targeting the Mother of Runes. But this is a lot of damage coming in. +4/+4 for the team. So we're going to have 16 damage incoming. This may be insurmountable. Even if it doesn't kill Luke, there's no real coming back for Death and Taxes from that board state, as Mentor just goes absolutely wild with only 4 mana available to play with, using all 4 of it. Karakas leading out game 2 for Luke. It's a pretty major upheaval, losing Astrolabe and Dreadhorde and Oko all in one go. We'll see where the dust settles. We actually have an event in just a few minutes as I'm recording this. Every Wednesday and Friday we're playing over the internet, and over the next 6 weeks we're going to be giving away both a tropical island and a volcanic island. The value is just absolutely insane. Those are random door prizes too. It's not like you have to win the tournament to end up with that. One random lucky player who joins us on Wednesday or Friday is going to get just an incredible door prize. We still have a couple of null rods, a force of negation, four Aether Vial, and 2 dual lands. That is the next 6 weeks for us. Every Wednesday. Stoneforge Mystic gets Swords to Plowshares. This Thalia was countered while I was looking away. It's fast effect, got to stay on top of it. Does go fast. Sword of Fire and Ice being grabbed. Be a little bit more usable than a Batterskull. Usually you want to wait until they get their equipment before you swords, because if they grab Batterskull there, it's probably pretty terrible. Stoneforge Mystic, it's going to take at least a couple more turns for it to come out. Swords to Plowshares gets dazed. Ooh, that is rough. That daze. I mean, if Luke has more removal, fair enough. Alright, he's got the Skyclave Apparition. So that is going to take out. And now another monk joins in the fray. Yeah, I don't know about that end step daze. That's tough. That is tough. I mean, knowing your opponent is on daze, that becomes more complicated. And Matt actually giving the card advantage back, throwing a daze out there just to get a monk token. So Luke has to pay the 1 and gets a monk token. That is... There is a 2/2 monk that can block this. That seems like Luke might not want to do that. He's doing it. He's giving Matt a 3/3 token. This is probably not the best for Luke. He may have felt obligated to follow through with that attack, given that he tapped the creature. Yeah, without hearing the audio, tough to say. I mean, you can definitely tap and untap creatures as you're considering what to attack with. You do need to be patient on the other side of the table in today's Magic. You kind of finalize everything once the person starts declaring blockers. That becomes a different issue. But they really can't declare blockers until you've finalized your attackers. It's a different game than what I... Well, it's the same game. It's played a lot nicer. than when I came up, learning all the ins and outs of the game. Spirit of the Labyrinth and Sword of Fire and Ice, this time off of Ancient Tomb. Just Karakas left open for mana. And Wear Tear. Big oof. That's going to destroy an enchantment and an artifact. Both of them high value. Spirit of the Labyrinth and Sword of Fire and Ice getting right out of there. That is brutal. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Flashing back a Ponder. And he is ready to start. Oh no, actually he's flashing back a Swords to Plowshares. Wow. And for maybe the first time on the channel, these Skyclave Apparition tokens have gone horribly awry. Flicker Wisp, alright, that can take one token down. And a Thalia. This Ancient Tomb damage may be adding up. It's a card that I've played in control lists myself in Vintage in previous eras when Trinisphere was kind of omnipresent. That's a bit of an exaggeration. About 25% of the field was running Trinisphere at one point in Vintage. And you could do quite a lot of mitigating the damage by running a couple of main deck Ancient Tombs. You could just play a single fetch land and then play an Ancient Tomb, and you're already at your 3 mana, enabling you to unlock cards like Rack and Ruin or whatever artifact destruction you might be using. Now, Swords to Plowshares showing up, going to be taking out Flicker Wisp or Thalia. He'll go with the Thalia. That is the bigger threat despite the lower power. And Dreadhorde Arcanist trades now with Flicker Wisp. Another Flicker Wisp, and now this token situation getting handled. Is that a Savine's Reclamation? What is that? Let's see what it does. Yeah, I think it's Savine's Reclamation. Swinging for 2 with the Monk. Luke absorbing the damage. Got an Aether Vial off the top. That feels pretty bad in the late game. A vial over the course of a early and mid game can provide a tremendous advantage, but it is an absolute dog crap top deck. I mean, just the worst when you're in a tight game and you draw something like Aether Vial. With Death and Taxes, it often feels like you just lost the game on the spot. It's not like you're playing Brainstorm and you can shuffle it back. Dead draws when you're playing with Brainstorm aren't really super concerning. And is this a Torpor Orb? What am I seeing? Let me know in the comments. Looks like it's got a Phyrexian watermark on it. It looks like Torpor Orb to me, but Deafening Silence played off the top does not change the board state as Matt takes that one down with one of the last times that we'll see Dreadhorde Arcanist and Astrolabe here in Legacy. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.